He hastily downed the remainder of the whiskey, but instead of the obscuring fog he'd hoped for, it brought an unwelcome clarity to his thoughts. And he knew, despairingly, that he couldn't let the Jaybirds have her. If only I didn't know, he thought. If I hadn't been one myself for almost 3 years, I could probably turn him down. If I hadn't seen for myself Jaybush's methodical disassembly of human minds, its consumption of souls as if they were firewood, I could probably spit in Barrow's face this minute and stalk out of here in a grand gesture of rejection. You exiled me from her 13 years ago. Now I exile you from her. How do you like it? Yes, to rub his hitherto celestially superior nose in it, to send his smug complacency out the Dogtown gate, to let him beg me for her and be contemptuously dismissed. If only I didn't know. But when he replayed that last thought and considered the several things it indicated about himself, he had to suppress a shudder, for it had momentarily sickened him simply to be Gregorio Rivas. Finally, he looked up. "You're right," he said, wishing his voice hadn't hoarsened for the occasion. "It doesn't alter my decision. I'll do it." Burroughs inclined his head. "Thank you. So when did they get her?" "Last night, late. She was at a party north of here, at 3rd and Fig. And somehow she wound up alone out front, and a gang of them started talking to her. I guess you should know their stinking arguments and tricks as well as anyone. And when her lazy and now unemployed bodyguard finally caught up with her, it was just in time to see Urania climbing into the back of a Jaybird wagon as the horses were being whipped up. It took off in what direction?" "East on 3rd. One wagon alone?" "That's what the bodyguard said." Rivas sat back and drummed his fingers on the table, and his eyes lost their sharp focus as for the first time in 3 years he began planning one more redemption. "You should have come to me right away," he said, "and not wasted time trying to undermine my job here and sending that clown in here this evening. Still, it's a good sign that it was a single eastbound wagon. That implies the shepherd wanted to recruit at least another 1 or 2 people before returning to his caravan camp. They might still be in the area, camped in one of the neglected districts outside the wall. Can you find out tonight?" Rivas smiled at the naive question. "No way. You don't just ask the nearest Jaybird where one of their wagons went. And even if they are right outside, even if there were a full moon out tonight instead of this rainy overcast, do you know how many square miles of ruins there are out there?" "Tomorrow morning, then,"